Hello, what's going on, everyone? It's Camille Prosperity out of Savannah, Georgia. I help everyday consumers understand credit and consumer protection laws so that they can enforce them and get what they want, whether it's a deletion or some dollars along with that deletion. Now, guys, let me go ahead and give you the agenda for this live. I hope it is no more than about 10 or 15 minutes, but you guys know that when I go in, oftentimes I go in. So bear with me, friend. Now, a little bit of housekeeping too. Go ahead, like, share, subscribe right now before you forget. As you watch, I want you to tell me, regardless of whether you're live or a replay viewer, tell me where you are watching from. And you guys know how we do. Drop your district, say your circuit. All right. I want to know, for example, I'm in Savannah, Georgia. That's the 11th district. That's how we do over here because we really need to know our area. That plays a lot into how judgments will come out if we ever take people to court. So I want you guys to know your district as well as you know your city and state. Next thing, feel free to support the stream with a super sticker or a super chat. A lot of you are like, why don't you cut more videos? Because I be living life. And YouTube ain't YouTubing, y'all. I'm not a big content provider. This is not a topic that is sexy. So, those who have supported me in the past monetarily, you incentivize me to get on here. So feel free to do that, guys. It really does help. I see a comment. Do I see a comment? Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Stay focused 254, Third Circuit, Texas. Hey, thank you so much for participating. So, guys, listen, I'm going to make the announcement and then I'm going to give you an example situation that someone messaged me about recently, and then I'm going to close with the announcement again. So, what is the announcement? The announcement is I'm bringing the Credit Crushers back as a live mentorship. Back as a live mentorship. It's going to, well, I wanted it to start tomorrow. I'm going to talk to some of the people that sign up and see what is more beneficial to them tomorrow, Wednesday, or next Wednesday. But I always have it Wednesdays at 8. That's kind of like the sweet spot day. People don't have too much going on and it's not on the weekends, so they can still enjoy their family and their life. Wednesdays has always worked the 4 months that I've done the Credit Crushers, right? So Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern time is when we do the presentation and the Q&A. Hold on one second, guys. Let me get my, oh, where did I put it? Okay, I forgot about something. But anywho, let me go ahead and pull up this screen so I can share it with you. So I did it live as a mentorship for 4 months at the beginning of the year, February, March, April, May, and then June we tried something different because I heard that you guys didn't want all of the modules. Some people said they wanted to pick and choose. So I tried doing it as a course and letting you just buy the module that you wanted. And that did not work out well. And so I've brought it back as a live. That means I will be with you in real time. I'm not running. I'm not hiding. If you ask a question, you will get it answered either then, or if I don't know the answer, I'll tell you in the Telegram chat later on or the following week, whatever the case may be. But I'm not only bringing back the mentorship live, but I'm adding more support to help you to implement on the information, guys. I do not want you to just grab this information and be like, that was good. I want you to use the information. So in addition to Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, we will also be, we'll meet on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then you'll have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday to do your homework. And then Monday night, we're going to meet again to review your homework and or answer any questions about specific situations you have. However, I'm telling you right now, I will only be on there 90 minutes max Thursday night. Same time, 8 p.m. Eastern. So I want to implement as much. When I sat back and thought, what can I do to get people to do even better? Because I got great feedback from the first Credit Crushers, but I didn't get as many results as I wanted. And everybody said, it's me, Kim. I'm scared. I'm still scared. Life is life in. I don't have time. So I noticed when we had the class, people, whether they were in their car, whether they were at work, they jumped on for a live class. So I figure if I add a homework, like a study hall and a live all hands on deck, here to help you session, that they will jump on for that too. And then we can help people get results, because whatever is not on your calendar, often you never get around to it. So if I have these set times to help you, I'm hoping that that's exactly what it will do. So that's the difference between Credit Crushers 1.0 and 2.0. There will be a little bit of new information, but nothing too revolutionary. So if you're a 1.0 member and you're like, oh man, you know, you guys know, if you were in wave one, wave four had so much more than wave one did. Every time I did it, it got better. So this will be better, just because practice makes perfect and I'm learning new things every single day. But it's not crucial. Like, you're not being disadvantaged in any way, shape, or form if you were in wave one. All right. Now, there are also some bonuses with Credit Crushers 2.0. You're going to get my dropped calls course for free. This is a course where I show you how I routinely, every time I have any type of issue with my cell phone provider, I make them pay up, because I just don't believe that you should pay the full amount for the bill if you're not getting full service. And that's something I used to just be like, oh man, my call dropped, and just hang up and call the person back. Well, not now. If that call drops, then my phone bill drops, meaning the dollar amount that is owed. For example, what was this, last week or so? I think it was. Within 24 hours, I got $100 credit. And I literally show you in the dropped calls course what I say in the chat, how I say it. Believe it or not, I got this credit without citing any laws. Okay? Without citing any 15 USC or CFR. No, it was just plain simple English and common sense, y'all. That's $100 credit literally within 24 hours. And there were other credits on top of that, other examples on top of that. I even put in the course an example where I got a credit with no screenshot. So will this work if you don't have T-Mobile? I don't know, because that's the company that I have. So I can't say how other companies run, but I think the principles will work. And the main thing is just for me to get your mindset in that of, I'm a consumer, I have rights, and if I'm not 100% happy, I need to learn how to enforce my rights. I think your cell phone bill is one of the easiest, regardless of the company. I think your cell phone bill is one of the easiest things to do that with. For the life of me, I can't understand people going out here trying to get car titles when they haven't even done the most basic crap. And I'm seeing a lot of people get their cars repoed because they think this stuff is play. So as I'm sitting back in June and watching stuff that's going on in the internet, and other people that are not consumer protection educators, but they're consumer protection marketers disguised as consumer protection educators, and some of y'all are following them and being misled, I'm like, okay, yeah, I need to do Credit Crushers live again. If people want the real information, they'll sign up. And if they're not ready for it yet and they rather waste money, they can come to me whenever they're ready. But it's back. So that is the first bonus, the drop calls course for free. Um, the second bonus was something that happened in wave one. I had a guest speaker, Jay. He's only 26 years old. He has won 62K in court from creditors who previously said, you don't have no case, from creditors who previously ignored him. And Jay, in his mid 20s, went and got a consumer protection lawyer and won an award of 62K between all those three CRAs and the creditor who did him wrong. And that was tax free after the consumer protection lawyer got their cut. You'll get that interview with Jay telling his entire story for free. Priceless, priceless, priceless. Okay. You'll also get something that I want to do to serve the community, y'all. Q&A Thursday for free. I don't think everything should be on YouTube. There's many reasons why everything can't be on YouTube. So I'll be hosting a private Zoom session called Q&A Thursday, where you can pay a very small nominal fee and then be invited to the Zoom to ask me one question. And the benefit of this is not only that you get your question answered, you'll have to submit your question in advance. But the benefit is not only that you get your question answered, but you also can hear how I answer other people's questions as well. And like I said, the fourth and final bonus for Credit Crushers 2.0 is the live homework review and take action session, which will be Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 90 minutes max. All of this for only $9.97. Again, this is a 4-week intensive. So we are really talking about the Wednesday presentation and Q&A usually goes 3 hours. Sometimes we wrap up early. And if you're thinking, oh, that's a lot of time, then you don't want this. You don't want this information, okay? But usually, and my students will tell you, if the time flies by, oftentimes it's not me, it's them. They're the ones that keep asking questions because they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know this, or I didn't know that, or now this makes so much sense. It's all clicking. I organize the mentorship in a way that we talk about credit, then legal. We give you a legal foundation, and I'm not a lawyer, paralegal, anything like that, but we do like a legalese introduction. Then we go into disputing, and then we end with credit building again. Credit and consumer protection stuff go hand in hand. If you guys are listening to stuff to people who only talk about consumer protection laws, and you have no concrete solid foundation about credit, then you're doing yourself a huge disservice. I see people asking questions, and I feel my heart breaks for them because the questions tell me they have no clue what they're doing, because they jump straight to memorizing 15 USCs when they don't even understand the underlying credit principles that these USCs were birthed out of. So, oh, I could say so much. But like I said, I want this to be a shorter stream. So anyway, that's it for the announcement. And for that particular announcement, let me just go to my StreamYard right quick. And Mike Laurie said, great information, peace and love, family. I know I haven't been on here in a really, really long time, so I'm surprised the algorithm showed y'all that I was even live. But peace and love to you too, Mike. Now let's go to the example, guys, that led me to this. All right, let's look at something right quick. Share this tab instead. So I saw something in a group, and I made a comment on it. And when I made a comment on it, because it was someone who had previously bought from me. Hold on a second. Let's see here. Where is, there we go. So because it was someone who had previously bought from me, they actually reached out to me directly. And let me see here. We have quite the delay here. Let me turn this volume down. All right. So this is what they texted me. And they said, I see you commented on my, okay, let me give y'all the backstory. So basically this person was saying that they had a debt collector reach out to them, and the debt collector was, of course, trying to collect on a debt. So they told them, I'm unemployed, I don't have a job. And the debt collector had the audacity, the gall, y'all, to be like, well, where are you looking for a job? When's the last time you had a job? I know people who have gotten a job recently, and it's like, screw me. So the original creditor, which was a bank, sent her a letter saying, hey, we received your complaint, we reviewed the call, and although the person was unprofessional, they were not, they didn't do anything illegal. So we've, closed your complaint. Let us know if you have any other concerns. And this person was asking what to do. And I told her to use the letter as evidence and take it to the next level. So here's where we're at. I see you commenting on my page. I'm new to all of this, so I'm kind of nervous, but I know the way she handled me and talked to me was totally against the law because she violated my privacy, asking me all these questions. I said, what state do you live in? Please tell me you recorded the conversation. We talk about this extensively in the Credit Crushers Crew, to the extent that I did a whole separate 30-minute video telling them, showing them how to record. Alabama Consumer Protection Lawyer, 11th District, John Watts, talks about how many times clients reach out to them like, hey, I have an open and shut case for you. I have the recording of it where they violated me. And he gets the recording and it's only the person talking, the client. You can't hear the debt collector at all. And I know why that is. And I told the Credit Crushers, and I'm telling you guys right now, I don't care if they call you up and shout every expletive in the book at you. If you don't have proof, it ain't true. That's the way the courts, that's the way the arbitrator are going to say it. You can't say, I pinky promise they said it. Don't work like that. Okay? However, for you to record, you really need to be in a single party state where you can record, where you can be the only person to give permission in the basically to record, and it be admissible as evidence. If you don't know what it means to be a single party state, again, this is something I go through with Credit Crushers. Not every single state you can just come on a recorder and record people without their knowledge. However, John Watts, consumer protection lawyer in Alabama, actually gave a redirect to that for if you're in a dual party state. And that's in the Credit Crushers mentorship, okay? Because you have to do things in order, okay? There's something called the doctrine of unclean hands. You don't want to be bound by that. So I know a lot of these consumer protection people get on here and say a lot of sexy stuff and read laws and say you're in control, but not if you don't know what you're doing. You're going to be looking like a fool. So I said, what state do you live in? She said, North Carolina. I did, but when I went to play it, it wasn't no sound. If y'all could have seen my face when I saw this. She said, so I'm thinking when he mentioned that when we went over the conversation, the language she spoke was very unprofessional. And then I said, I talk about this in my mentorship. You used a recording app, didn't you? She didn't use a recording app. She used her phone. Said she was mad too. Yeah, I bet. Guys, I want y'all to understand that this is a small mistake in the greater scheme of things, but it literally could cost you thousands of dollars in a judgment. Small differences make large differences. You do not want to blow the opportunity to record a debt collector stepping out of their lanes and saying something completely egregious that could really translate into money in your pocket. But because you didn't know how to record properly, document it properly, notate it. So I'm just going to go on. I asked, do you know the NC statutory laws regarding recording? She said, I want to say North Carolina is a one-party state, so they're allowed to record, and she was right. So that was good. But she still doesn't have the recording of the call, right? So it's really a moot point. So I said, you are right. That recording would have been great, but you can't do anything about that now. But don't let the letter spoof you. The credit union is trying to distance themselves with that communication, but they know they are vicariously liable for the actions of the debt collector that they hired. This is what y'all need to understand. So that's all they did. That letter was not because they did some huge investigation. That letter was just to let them know, hey, that wasn't us that called you. That was them. But here's my thing, Sway. You hired them. You hired them. That basically what they were trying to say is, I didn't break the vase. My kid broke the vase. But it's your kid. So you still got to pay me for the vase. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, y'all? Of course it does. Right? So that's basically what I'm letting her know right here. And then she said, you probably know this. Do I need to purchase? Oh, she was talking about some videos in the group, and she was asking about a particular video. I have not bought that video. No shade about that video. But I just said, if you buy a lesson on them serving you, have you been served? And she said, no. So then that means I don't you, right? Otherwise, you can really get into a trap of buying a whole bunch of stuff that you don't need yet. So she said what happened was, she said she wasn't served, but what happened was on May 16th, the debt collector called, talking and asked were they going to pay, was she going to pay the money she owed? She said no, because she doesn't have a job. Um, and then the debt collector proceeded to say, "You've been well, have you been looking for one? What type of job are you looking for? I got family, bless you, son." The debt collector said, "I got family members and friends who just got jobs by now. Um, what type of job?" Basically acting like she the dang on Department of Labor, and you're not your debt collector. So she, yeah, the person, the young lady in this case, got offended, said, "This is my personal business. You should not be asking me these questions." They got into an argument, and the young lady, she doesn't need to be seen here with these questions. She was like, they were going back and forth. She said, "You don't need to ask me that question. It's not a part of your job." And she basically, the debt collector pissed her off so much that she hung up the phone. The young lady hung up the phone on her. Now, this sounds like harassment. However, harassment is something that you need to look up per your state laws and see what are the elements of harassment. But I'm gonna tell you right now, if I were in her shoes and I were unemployed and I already couldn't afford my bills to the point of them being sent to a debt collector, and a debt collector called me acting like the Department of Labor, asking me all of these questions that is none of their, if I said I ain't got it, I ain't got it. And the last thing I need is you making me feel worse about not having it and throwing up in my face that you got other people who got jobs and I'm still out here looking for one. Anybody knows looking for a job is a full-time job. And sometimes you get the job, most times you don't. Oftentimes nowadays you are waiting for many, many weeks, months, and in some cases, years. So yes, that debt collector was completely out of bounds. And if she was going back, this would have been great on a recording, don't you think? To hear them going back and forth, to hear the debt collector not de-escalate the situation, but instead cause undue stress on somebody who's already unemployed. Screw me. Screw me. And I know there's going to be some highfalutin person who's going to be like, should pay your bills, should pay your bill. One day y'all's but going to be humble. All you humble people is like, you out here teaching people how to get out of paying their bills. No, I'm not. But I am of the mindset that just because I'm in a situation, I'm in a bind, Nate. Just because somebody is in a bind and they can't pay their bills, it doesn't give you the right to abuse them. Not emotionally, verbally, surely not physically, any of the leads. Any of the leads, okay? If I owe you money, you can't knock on my door to get your money, and then if I don't answer, kick my damn door in. Is you crazy? Is you fool? But it will be some fool who like, well, hey, by any means necessary. That's just stupid, right? So, anywho, she said, she hung up the phone on her. She said then she's been looking how to file a complaint. Oh, excuse me. She was able to make a complaint. A few days later, she sent a copy to the CEO of the company and a complaint to the CFPB. And I said, since they already admitted in the letter to having a copy of the recording, ask them for the copy of the recording. Since she didn't record the phone call. Remember, this all started when I commented on a post of hers where she posted a letter when the original creditor was trying or attempting to distance themselves from the debt collector. And I let her know they can't do that. Don't try to distance yourself from the person that you hired. Come on, man. No, you sharing this responsibility. No, you are not them, but you're responsible for them calling me and stressing me out. So you in this pot together, okay? Y'all two peas in a pod. So I told her to, since they admitted in the letter to, we reviewed the recording, and while she was unprofessional, she didn't do anything illegal. Cool. You reviewed the recording, send me a copy. And I told her they will not give it to you I already know more than likely they won't give it to you. That's why I always crack up when people like the notes in their system, they got the recording. Well, they said for quality assurance, this call will be recorded. That's recorded for them. Ever, 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 ever give you something that benefits you. Why would they do that? So then I told her, excuse me, this is why they act a fool. Because they know most of us don't know how to catch them. I would have loved for that recording to be played before a judge or arbitrator so they could determine if the rep was out of line. Yeah, don't let the bank tell you, oh, they did nothing illegal. That's actually for, of course, the bank is going to say that because as much as they're trying to distance themselves from the debt collector right now, they know they in this same boat with them. And they know that most consumers don't know nothing. So yeah, they're trying to make it seem like that, hey, that's them, not me. But let a judge tell you that they have no fault, no culpability, no liability. Let an arbitrator tell you that. Then you can be like, well, dang, I guess I was wrong. But until that time, nah. So then I told her next time they call, give a verbal C&D, that stands for cease and desist, and see if they violate. They most likely will. Take screenshots of your call log, document everything. Matter of fact, and I told her I'm gonna add a module to the drop calls course showing y'all how I document my actions with my cell phone company, which is key to me getting my monies, right? And so I am adding that module along with other stuff to the drop calls course. And then she said she did have a screenshot but of the call time, but it really doesn't matter. Then she asked if she should contact her attorney general. I told her to try to find a consumer lawyer first. But guys, when you find a consumer lawyer, just like any lawyer, most lawyers that take a case, they take a case that's pretty much already done for them. You have so much more of a higher probability if you go to a consumer protection lawyer and say, hey, I think I have a CFR and FDCPA case. Here's the timeline. Here's what I did. Here are examples of my green return receipt showing when they received it. Here's the letter where they say they never got anything. I'm telling you, when your stuff is in order, it is so much easier to find someone to help you with the legalities. So much easier because that lawyer was not there when all this stuff was transpiring. They don't know the story. So as much as a picture you can paint with evidence, the better for you. Okay? So that's basically what I told her. She said, okay, so just respond to his letter stating the violations that he did and asking for the recording since he already said there was proof. And I said, no. If you start stating violations all willy-nilly, they are really not going to oblige to any of your requests. The best thing you can do is act like the confused consumer, not like the consumer ready to start conflict. Let me tell y'all something. You cannot go around like, I know my rights, 15 USC, da 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 da, and then be like, now give me the letter with such and such. They'll be like, huh. Oh, really? It's best. It's the y'all. I'm telling you, this is the same concept. Like you don't go in a restaurant and be like, you put mustard on my burger. I don't eat mustard, and I told you 3 times in the drive-thru, no mustard. And then you take your burger and slam it across it. Now fix me another burger. Okay. Oh, they gonna fix that burger. No mustard, but it's gonna have something else in it. So you laughing, son? It's gonna have. You don't act the fool before you make a request. Okay? You need to act like a fool. Like, hey, just curious. Those are 2 words I love. Just curious. I'm always just curious. ... Can I get a copy of that recording? And so basically, I left her a voice note saying how she would approach that. I still don't think she will get a copy of the recording. However, if anything, we're going to get her a copy of that recording. It is what I told her in that voice note. And then I told her, and I want y'all to understand this, oftentimes less is more. And you got to learn how to play the rules of the game, guys. You cannot be sitting up here acting all crazy. I don't care who you see on YouTube that's like, you have the power, 15 USC this, da-da-da, sounding like dang on Miss Cleo, calling me now. And y'all up here thinking, that's right, I'm the consumer. All debts are paid off. There is no money. And all this stuff that makes you sound like a damn fool. Try it if you want to. See how far you get. Hold on, y'all. Gotta turn on the light. Ooh, it's bright. Now I can see that sun went down quick, didn't it? Oh gosh, y'all been over here talking. All right, let me see what Mike said. I'm a beginner. Quick question: disputing personal information. Should I dispute LexisNexis, SageStream, and put a freeze on it? Ban, dispute the 3 credit agencies is to remove inaccurate information. Yep, I did a video on that. And see, stuff like this is what Q&A Thursday is going to be for, where I can go into a closed environment with y'all, give you more in-depth answers, because this was happening frequently. And I appreciate you for asking it, Mike. But like on this stream, what am I? Oh gosh, I'm already 31 minutes in. So a lot of times people would bring me questions. I would try to answer all questions in the stream, get away from the topic. And then the stream ends up being about 50 million things instead of one. No shade to Mike. It's not a problem that you did this, but I'm just reiterating, this is going to be the purpose of Q&A Thursday. Like I said, we'll be in a private room and y'all can ask, and I can go a little bit deeper than I can on YouTube without worrying about like, this is not what my topic is about, if that makes sense. But yeah, dispute anything that is wrong everywhere, every place that got it wrong. That's the long short of it. Okay, that was just a repeat. Hey, Ross, I need to call you. Nice to hear you're back. Yeah, you know I'll be going in and out. Okay, Mike was really making sure. Thank you, son. Mike, I actually wasn't on this screen, so I did not see you post that originally. I wasn't ignoring you. I was just, you don't know the way the system is set up, but yeah. So I got your question right there. Guys, please hit the like button if you are enjoying this and you appreciate my time and the information. A lot of people, I am watching a lot of people come online and they'll do something like give an example, and then they'll say, for the answer, buy my course. I'm literally giving y'all the answer. I'm literally walking you guys through my thought process with stuff, how a different way of thinking about stuff and how you should approach stuff without saying, hey, she reached out to me and I'm literally showing you the screenshots where I tell her what to do. Somebody else will be like, somebody didn't record and I have step by step how to record in my course, get my course. And every time you ask them a question, they're saying, get my course, buy my this, buy my that. Now, I think you're doing yourself a disservice because I know for a fact what my course delivers. And I know for a fact you're going to pay more in your ignorance than you are going to be pay the cost of my mentorship. I already know that for a fact. Your ignorance, and I'm not being insulting. Ignorant means not knowing. But the fact that you don't know a whole bunch of stuff that I go over in that course is going to cost you more than the mentorship. How do you know that, Kim? Yeah, I'm okay. Something went down wrong. But I know that because in this instance, this young lady, not knowing how to record and document that call properly, literally, I'm sure it cost her thousands of dollars. And if she doesn't know how to enforce a C&D, that will cost her another few $1,000s. And what happens is that on a daily basis, you guys have violations occurring in your life and you don't know how to put them on notice. You don't know how to take it to the next level. You don't have the courage, the confidence. You don't make the time, usually because of your ignorance. You're like, I need to research one more thing before I do this, one more thing before I do that. And then the statute of limitation runs out and it's a rinse and repeat. This happens to you repeatedly throughout your life. Depressing, isn't it? But the good news is, once you know, you know. Like I said, the people who take my drop calls course, I showed them how many credits I've gotten from my cell phone company just this year. That's not going to court. That's not going to arbitration. That's just opening up the dang on app on my phone to customer service and being like, hey, y'all owe me some more money. I'm not paying this full bill if y'all not giving me full service. And every time they mess up, my bill goes down. So I share knowledge willingly. I don't just get on here and read laws to you guys and misinterpret laws and make it sound sexy to make you feel like you have more power than you really do without telling you how to enforce it. But for those of you who like that type of stuff, there's tons of people to service you. For those of you who actually are serious, not just curious, and you want to commit to learning about credit, which is the underlying stuff. Hey, I'm gonna call you right back, okay? But for those of you who actually want to plug in and learn about how and take this stuff seriously, and you will commit to being with me every single week, because I'm going to show up live. This is not a do it for yourself, hey, thanks for the money, gotta go, zoom, and I'm just leaving you hanging. I'm going to show up live. I'm going to address your questions or find somebody who can. Now, I will tell you this. I'm not doing the birth. We're not going over that. I'm not driving. I'm traveling. I don't do the tribal cards. I don't do the authenticating, the birth certificate. I'm not playing those reindeer games with y'all, okay? Not saying that stuff isn't true. That's just not what I do. When I go to Publix, I'm driving. And I'm paying attention to the laws. I ain't got time to be dealing with pool of police. I'm not there yet. So if that's what you want, when you go to fill out the form, oh, you're welcome, Mike. Mike said thank you. When you go to fill out the form, you tell me what you want. And let me tell you how to get this done, y'all. So if this sounds attractive to you, if you're like, hey, I need some help and I do not want to spend forever and a day on YouTube. Hey, I'm actually doing the video right now. I'll call you back. If you are a person who values your time and you have a situation going on, you don't want the statute of limitations to run out, and you want to plug into someone who's not about all the flash and will like give you everything that she has. I mean, y'all, I spend countless hours listening to an actual consumer protection lawyer. I've spent countless dollars plugging into mentorships where people just specialize in this one aspect. And it's not even people that y'all know, because most of you, again, are watching consumer protection marketers, not consumer protection educators. And those of us who know there are many people laughing at y'all because of who some of you are plugging into. I don't think it's funny, actually. But hey, it's your choice what you do with your money. So if you want to plug in with the mentorship, it's pretty simple. You just go to hellocamille.com, hellocamille.com. And then from here, you click on course and mentorships. Okay. It'll take you to everything that I offer. Oh man, am I still showing? Hold on. Look at that. I'm up here talking and I did not share the tab. I'm sorry. So, guys, if you wanted to sign up for the Credit Crushers, then you just go to hellocamille.com. Did it go over, or is my lag just really, really bad? I think my lag is really, really bad. Oh, wow. My lag is bad. I think it is. Yeah, the lag is really bad. Okay, so anyway, you'll come to hellocamille.com and then you'll click on courses and mentorships. From here, it will open up this tab. Okay. This tab where you will click on Credit Crushers Mentorship. The cost is $9.97. Again, that is for 4 weeks. We'll be meeting twice and a total of what? Like 4.5 hours. So you do the math. Okay, you do the math. And just as a side note, I used to charge for one-on-one consultations way more than the per hour rate that this works out to be. So this is actually quite the steal. That's not even including the bonuses that I mentioned earlier on. Once you click this, it's going to take you to a Google form. Again, I don't want to work with everybody. Some of y'all really be tripping. So I watch my energy. I watch who I deal with, and 4 weeks is a good little bit of time. It's a month. It's a month. I don't want to be around the wrong person for a month. I don't want to be around the wrong person for a minute. And if you've ever done anything with me, you know I am dead serious. All money ain't good money. All right. So, you come to the Credit Crushers form, and then you fill this out. It's not long. Most of it is like checks, bullets, and drop down. But I need to know, what are you trying to do with your credit? Are you, what do you want to fill this out in its entirety? Because again, if you want something that I'm not going to provide, I'm going to tell you that. Okay? I'm going to tell you that. I do right by people because I want people to do right by me, and because it's just the right thing to do. So if I'm not a good fit for you, you won't be in the mentorship. And if I am, and you like how, and guys, if you already know you broke as a joke, don't fill out the form. Don't be like, I ain't got no money, but my heart is good, and I promise you when I get, no. He who pays attention. And again, your ignorance on these subjects will cost you so much more than the price of the mentorship. If you want to know, as you can see, I'm not a big YouTuber or anything like that, but if you want to know about some of the things that I've done, how I have helped people in the past, I actually do have testimonials. You can go to hellocamille.com, and then right underneath the courses and mentorships, click on Credit Crushers. And when you click on Credit Crushers, what's going to open up is all my credit stuff, and there is a credit testimonials tab right here. It says credit testimonials. Click in there and feel free to read about what other people have said about me, how I've helped them. And yay. There are people who have gotten apartments when they previously couldn't because of evictions that were listed in one of the secondary CRAs. And I told them what to do, and boom, they got an apartment. How much is that worth to you? How much is that worth to you? Some of you, because we don't understand money or math, don't think that, it's just a few extra, my interest is higher than normal, but that's okay. At least I got the car. If you got a car and you're paying 16% interest, do you know that's ignorance income for the lender? Your ignorance is their income. You pay a premium for bad credit. So anybody who thinks that $997 is too much, I understand, and I bid you adieu. But I know someone who charges $1,000 just to fix credit on one bureau. So if you want all three, it's $3,000. And I know people who have paid it, and they're not even educating you on it. They're just fixing it and then leaving you with good credit that you don't understand. So on average, 6 to 9 months, anybody who gets their credit repaired, usually within 6 to 9 months, they need it repaired again. And again, we talk about that in the Credit Crushers mentorship, why that happens and how to avoid it. So that is it. Let me go back to the StreamYard and check on the comments. I thank you all for showing up. This was not announced. Okay, cool. I have no comments. Let me stop sharing. All right. I have no comments. I'm going to wait. It's quite the lag. Wow. I'm looking at my other screen. And I'm way ahead in real time than what it shows on YouTube. But anywho, that means that if you were to submit a question right now, I'll probably be gone and on my way to Publix by the time you actually type it. So don't be offended. I'll come back later and look at the questions. In the meantime, in between time, if you want to apply for the Credit Crushers mentorship, go ahead, fill out that form. Let's see if you are a fit. If you have the money, let's rock and roll so we can start saving you money. If you don't have the money, super duper cool, but no point in wasting your time filling out the form. I don't have scholarships, sponsorships. I'm not one of those people that's like, God put it on my heart to give you my knowledge for free. I did that for years. I don't do that no more. This is my community service right here, this YouTube channel. And so if you don't have the money, all you have to do is go back and watch all my old videos. But many people don't want to do that because there's lots of them. So the Credit Crushers Mentorship is a condensed, very sequential way of consuming credit and consumer protection information with me live in real time to clear up any confusion that you have. Priceless. Priceless. All right. So I will talk to you all later. As always, take care of y'all. Take care of yourself, y'all. Protect your headspace. Do not live in social media. Don't think that social media is real and everybody is doing better than you. I talk to people all day, and I'm telling you right now, there are so many people struggling. You have no idea because they don't show you, so you don't see it, and they don't know you, so they don't tell you. But because they feel like they know me, they tell me, and I'm telling you, everybody going through. Everybody going through, not just you. So y'all take care of yourselves, okay? For real. Log off and live in real life with your loved ones, your family, and your friends. And yeah, I'm not going to preach no more. Talk to y'all later. Bye.